Welcome back to another week of Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
Ayo.
Today, we talking about DeFi. DeFi.
Why are you screaming to the microphone?
I'm looking at the charts. It didn't hit red.
I didn't say it here, I'm saying you're screaming at the microphone.
I want to get the people's attention. Today's a fun topic. At least I think it's fun. After the research I made, I was like, there's some stuff over here. There's some new and improved maybe.
It's definitely new.
It had its bugs.
Couple bugs.
There's been some issues along the way. At least I think they've made a good
Made strides forward.
good strides forward. In the community of security, they say if sometimes you gotta pay to learn, and that's what happens whenever someone gets hacked, and that's happened a couple of times already with some DeFi projects.
So I think before we get into that, I think we need to tell them what DeFi is.
What
kind
DeFi
of.
is?
Because
What
I mean,
DeFi is.
you're just gonna tell them, oh yeah, they got hacked at DeFi. You're like, okay, so
yeah.
let me not do that. So I don't get hacked. You see, you're like,
but that's what it is.
but like you already scared them away.
Get the people a little bit scared, just so it's not that scary.
What do you mean? You just said they got hacked and they lost money.
No, it was the first DeFi group, the DAO, that they got hacked. It was the first one.
Yeah, but that's not. There's been a couple more.
It's
After
been
that.
way more than a couple more. But yeah, it looks like there's already like a lot of companies out there doing a lot of audits actually on the same protocol. So don't be surprised.
Auditing the protocol.
Yeah, auditing the protocol and smart contracts.
Okay, so I think before we go any further, I think it's time to tell them what DeFi is because this guy just keeps on going. Yeah, he's like not giving me a definition.
This guy started going down before
They're like, what? They're like, what's going on?
All right, so William, explain to the people.
Okay, people. So first, you need to know like what is your current financial system. Also, I think very important to know before we start this episode.
He's okay. Let's bring this back a little bit.
Let's bring this back.
This crazy man over here across the table.
Yeah, he starts saying, but none of this here is financial advice, nor should it be taken as financial advice. This is our personal thoughts, experiences, and what we know of everything.
Yeah, educational purposes.
Educational purposes only.
At best.
Do your own research, and if
Always DYOR.
and if it's your fault, it's your fault. Don't blame Alex because it was never me. I could never. Alrighty, we got it out the way. Oh wait, we should also let them know we're on YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
We're on there
YouTube.
now.
It's we got some episodes posted. By the time you see it, hopefully all of them should be posted by then.
Yes, by the time you see this one, it should be in chronological order.
Yep.
And this one should be out by then.
This one will be out by then.
This one will be out.
Yep.
And if it's not out, blame Alex.
It's my fault. It would be my fault, but it'll be up there.
All right. Now we got what? There's something else?
Well, the
Okay.
thing that we're planning for December, but
That's in December.
that's in December.
They don't need to know about that
That's
yet.
a later thing.
That's like November, mid-November
That's like
thing.
That's next week's episode.
No, it's not. It's the week after.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't need to know that yet. All right. So current financial. How the system currently works is you have a bank. The bank holds your money, and when you go to use it, they just give it to you. You're just able to use it.
Yeah, so a bank is a place where you store
Where money is stored.
You store money.
Essentially. But it's stored by one single entity. So it's centralized. So we go from there to what simple basic terms, DeFi is just decentralized financing, is being able to do the exact same thing you do in a centralized banking system, but
Which is storing money.
Which is storing money, but doing that peer to peer. No middleman, no third party entity, no friction. Well, less friction if anything. Banks take a lot to run because they have a lot of overhead, buildings, brick and mortar, and then
Staffing,
tellers,
insurance,
the whole shebang. So that all comes into play when you're when comparing or looking at the two of them.
Yep.
Essentially. The other difference is that with the current financial system, the way it works is the bank that any money that you deposit in your bank account right now.
Banks are businesses. That's an important.
Yeah. Banks are trying to make a profit.
Yeah, they're trying to make.
They're making money. They're not trying to lose money.
They're not providing a free service.
Negative.
They're not provided by the government.
No.
This is a company, a private industry,
or publicly traded.
But it could be publicly traded, but something that's
but
that's trying to turn profit.
Yeah, their bottom line is to make more money at the end of the year. So with that being said, is the only way you can open up a bank is going through the OCC. If I'm not mistaken, it's I don't remember the full name now.
The OCC?
Yes. Google it.
For banking?
Yes, you Google that while I keep on talking.
Mm-hmm.
So while he gets that Googled, we'll continue moving forward. They provide licensing to banks to be able to run with whatever requirements they may have. It's all controlled by a centralized person. Banks have the ability to hold your money and then borrow it out, or lend it out, better said, my bad. They have the ability to lend it out to those who need it through mortgages, other financial securities, credit lines, a whole scheme of things.
Okay, so the OCC, the Office of Comptroller of Currency.
Correct, though. They're the ones who provide. Well, they're one of the ones. There's another one. I don't remember that one exactly. They're one of the ones who provide licensing. Yeah.
So the OCC is the federal agency that oversees the execution of laws related to national banks.
What he just said.
That's a weird word, though. I don't know what comptroller. I've heard it. It's an interesting word. I like it.
So the difference is in DeFi is the ability myself to add liquidity, meaning provide a asset to be used to be lent out from that point forward. Typically, this is done on a DeFi protocol like Aave, where it's just a bunch of smart contracts that are handling everything, or just a large smart contract. I don't know a lot. Okay. That's too detailed for my
Okay, hold on. Let's just run it back a little bit, just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because when I was searching up the OCC. So banks are a location in which I could go and deposit some money.
Yes.
They'll hold the money for me.
Correct, though.
They are trying to make a profit.
No. Yes.
How are they making a profit again?
By lending it out and people using it. So they're charging a rate.
So they take my money.
Yes.
And they lend it out.
Correct.
So they're essentially assuming some type of risk with the money that I gave them.
Correct.
With the expectancy of some return.
On the nose.
Okay. How much do they typically make on the money that I make them?
No idea.
That I give them?
A fair amount.
A good amount.
A crap ton. A metric crap ton. Whatever that number is.
Metric crap ton. And then I'm assuming so we get some interest for storing money with them?
No, unless your account is a savings account or a high interest account that's designed for it. No, your regular account right now that you have with your bank, that's a checkings account that earns 0 interest.
So there's different accounts that we could have with banks.
Correct.
Checkings account and savings account.
I also hope a lot of people know this.
Checkings account is because
everyone talk to their banker as well.
Yeah, go talk to your banker.
Talk to your bankers and ask them all these questions. Don't take it from us.
Yeah. So I'm assuming in the checkings account is because I'm using this for the day-to-day. Money's coming in, money's going out quite frequently. That's why that's not earning interest.
Yep.
The bank essentially has no reason to expect any money to be in there at any given time, because I could just say, "Oh, I'm gonna pull this out right now."
Yes.
So that would be too risky on their behalf to be lending out that money.
They still lend it,
but then they won't be offering me any money, any interest.
Correct. They still make it.
But then the savings account is a different story, because then I'm as a client of the bank am making a promise to them saying this money will be in here for long periods of time, and I'll essentially just commit to putting in more money into this account specifically for the sake of storage.
Yes.
In which case I should be rewarded with
A higher interest. Typically, those accounts you can't touch them for a specific period of time. Like there's a time period in which you can withdraw and when you can withdraw,
and there's a limit of how much you can withdraw at a certain time,
depending on the bank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all have their own. They all have their own rules and regulations.
Yeah, depending on how much money it is and who you are, the money can or cannot be moved. There's a few banks that can make really big, large withdrawals like that. Because that's the other thing. Not all banks have that money to withdraw. That's why you have to go in to request a $10,000 withdrawal, so they can have it ready.
They could get the money ready, and be able to provide you with what you're asking for.
Correct. And you asked how much like banks make. So rough Google search, like first click. JP Morgan Chase reported net revenue of $121.6 billion.
$100+ billion.
Yep.
That's a lot of moolah.
It's also JP Morgan Chase, one of the biggest banks, but that's how much their reported revenue was, net revenue. So there's a few things to be taken off, but that gives you an idea.
Okay. Yeah. So, now as opposed to, that's the centralized version of finance.
To a rough degree, yeah.
I would deposit some money, get some, maybe hopefully best case scenario, some percentage back in interest.
Typically, yeah, you can. Typically, it's not
very, very low.
Like most people don't have a savings account that they're putting money into to earn interest. It's always not checking.
It's not even 1%.
I don't know,
but okay. Well, on the other hand, there are DeFi protocols, which is decentralized finance. And you said, at least the main difference is that it is no longer located in a protocol associated to just one unit, one centralized organization, but something that's peer-to-peer. In which case, what happens when there's a peer-to-peer market for financial services?
Yeah,
I'm asking.
I didn't hear a question.
Oh, okay. So what happens whenever you make financial services a peer-to-peer market?
You remove the middleman. You remove the banking structure itself. So you're removing a lot of fees that would typically, a lot of overhead that would a regular banking structure would have. So you're gonna probably get, ideally, more of your dollars or more of the whatever you're gonna earn.
So we could look at the bank as being someone who looks for someone who's not a lender, a lendee. Lendee, is that a borrower? A
bank isn't any of that. A bank is a place where you just store money, and then they have the ability to do.
But banks look for them to make money. The banks themselves, they make money by finding borrowers, people who are going lenders. To borrow. The banks are lenders, but they're lending whose money? My money.
Yours, it's a mix, but yeah.
So essentially, obviously they have their own funds, but they'd rather lend someone else's money over their money. I would assume, at least seems like a safer play to a degree. With DeFi, the bank is removed, and there is no longer a centralized person, a middleman who's taking my money, who I'm giving my money to, and then finding someone to borrow the money. Instead, I, as an individual, am putting my money into a pool in which people could go into and borrow at a certain rate that the market decides is fair.
Yes.
And results in, at least in terms of like that interest thing that we were talking about earlier, less of a cut from the overall interest earned. More interest earned on my behalf, because the bank is no longer.
In this situation, you'll most likely you will be getting paid for lending, providing liquidity to the market.
Mm-hmm. Risks associated with this?
The
due diligence. The due diligence.
If wherever the protocol you use to lend is hacked, It's the security risk. If the pool's drained for some ever for whatever reason,
the same
that can cause it.
Yeah, so whatever risks the bank is taking whenever they're lending out the money is the same risks that's associated with DeFi.
No.
Reason being,
banks provide loans with no backing, no collateral. So it's just cash. It's backed on you yourself. It's backed on your credit score, your credit system, and all that. Versus in DeFi, no. In DeFi, you have to, as you know, you have to over collateralize to be able to borrow out.
Which is what I wanted to try to dig up. So essentially, for you to borrow money as a borrower, for you to borrow money on a DeFi protocol, you need to be able to provide an upfront proof of funds.
Yeah. Well, and yes, over collateralize. You would have to provide more than what you will be taking out.
So for you to get a loan,
let's keep it simple numbers. If for you to take out, you have 10 Ethereum. For you to take out, borrow 5 Ethereum, you need to give your full 10. You need to give, you're over collateralizing it. The ratio is probably off, of course, because I'm not trying.
You're just giving a random number.
I'm just giving a random number, but in simple terms, it's that. You have to give more than what it's worth.
That's in the case of borrowing. But there's more tools, more utilities in DeFi than just borrowing money.
Yeah.
Like liquidity pools.
Yeah, which you're not the one borrowing, you're the one providing the liquidity.
Yeah,
but someone else is going to be borrowing.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. So liquidity pools is the tool that we use for borrowing and lending money within DeFi protocols.
Yes.
As a borrower, you would have to deposit more funds than you're going to be borrowing it as collateral. But as a provider, as a liquidity provider, you would be putting in just funds and earning interest on the funds that you put in.
Yeah.
Specifically for liquidity pools, though, I believe that's for like trading pairs. Not just because there's a difference between liquidity pools and automated market makers. Where automated market makers is, at least from the ones that I saw, are all like just same funds, versus liquidity pools, it'd be 2 different coins that you'd be having. So Ethereum, USDC, or like, I don't know, Ava and Atom. Some like 2 arbitrary coins.
Yeah, 2 different coins that someone wants the other. And
there's an algorithm that's used to make sure that like, if someone's pulling out more of one coin, then the rate for like the exchange rate would have would be adjusted.
Correct.
DeFi has been a pretty big topic since 2021.
Well, I think the term is just used. It's just a very broad term. It just means everything that is considered a decentralized financial tool.
Yes, true. That is true.
So, like a stablecoin is part of DeFi.
Yeah.
Which, for those who don't know, a stablecoin is just something that's pegged to a fiat currency, and it just trades at that level or as close as possible to that level, staying at peg. If it gets off peg, it's typically by less than a cent.
Yeah, that's
for the most part until what happened with Luna and it death spirals. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that was a whole
mess that I don't care for it anymore. That was a shit show.
It seemed like a shit show.
But yeah, the stable coins is a way to trade within that and not have the volatility of a coin fluctuating. It's just will stay at $1.
Very true.
And you can lend it out and use it in same way.
Okay, yeah.
Also gives you the easiest ability to trade on dexes.
That's bro, you literally took that out. I was gonna say, I was like, how would you get into the DeFi protocols?
Yeah,
like, where do you interact with them? That's literally exactly what I was thinking next. I was like, I don't think we covered this yet.
Yeah, I'll do with dexes. My only thing is, I don't know how you would from a dex if you're on a dex, how are you gonna put funds into the dex? without already having crypto? Is my only question.
You need to have crypto.
You need to have crypto.
You need to have crypto. To be on a decentralized exchange, you need to have crypto in your wallet.
Correcto. I understand that. I'm saying, how do you get into, like, no dollars? You're not trying to. You have a debit card, for example. How can I buy crypto without KYCs?
With a debit card?
Yes.
That's a good question. That's a question that people are willing to pay a lot of money to find out, actually.
We're not there yet. Or I think there has to be something that does it. There's small exchanges, I know, but there is something they have to give up, I'm assuming. Some sort of KYC.
So for a business to do that, yeah, there's KYC.
Right.
For legality reasons.
Of course.
There's probably...
We should have a lawyer on the pod.
There's probably ways around that. Yeah, we could absolutely do that.
That's a great one.
That's absolutely sounds really interesting.
Continue.
For legality reasons, there's probably not going to be any... Like, DEXs are kind of difficult because credit cards are typically corporations.
Of course.
Like, those are corporations registered with the SEC, and like they're obligated to follow laws. Versus these decentralized exchanges who are kind of like it's not that they're breaking laws, it's just they're kind of like no man's land right now.
Yeah, it's wild west.
There's the wild west. There's no way for them. There's no way. Better said, there's no way for them. There's no way for the regulated agencies to interact with it without them being compromised.
Yeah. Because there's no one they can attack either.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like kind of it's just a vulnerability for them, for the regulated, not for the unregulated. But yes, it's like you said, there's a lot of people who are interested in finding out a way of doing that. You need to have crypto to be able to interact with the DEX. To interact with the DEX. There are ways of getting crypto though. If your concern is KYC, there are ways of getting crypto, like mining. Mining, you just buy the hardware
to mine it,
and then to mine it, and then boom.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there's no way of taking like $1 million without KYCs and putting it in the market.
No, there's no simple way.
No, exactly.
But yes, decentralized exchange is the way to go into interacting with the DeFi protocols that people use nowadays for what we call like yield farming, or just general.
Oh, by the way, also the part of the idea with DeFi is giving those who don't have the ability to bank the ability to have some sort of banking system.
Yes. So
very important note.
Absolutely. Which brings me back to something that someone told me one time. It's like, oh, people forget that the Bitcoin protocol is a DeFi protocol. It is a way of storing value.
But there are also people who say it's not. I'm not saying it isn't.
Yeah, right? No. There's always going to be.
I'm just saying that, but also like there's like, oh, I consider it.
This goes back to like that from last week's episode of when you said like, oh, definitions are going to be changing.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like DeFi for what we're talking about on today's episode would probably be changing.
Yep.
Because they're just so young. It's only been around for like as like a general tool for like, at least I've been hearing about it for like maybe 2 years at most. It's crazy out here. It's literally crazy because in the past 2 years a lot has happened.
You know what a CBDC is?
The centralized bank, something.
Okay. Centralized banking digital currency.
Oh, CBDC. Okay.
Yeah, CBDC.
Okay. When I was looking for a C word first. CBCD.
Oh, C. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard C before D.
Yeah. I heard. Yeah. I stopped because I heard C before D.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna get this one. Yeah. Centralized banking digital currency. Okay. I've heard of them. People on the internet from the crypto forums.
I don't think anyone likes them.
are not fans of them.
I don't think anyone's a fan of them. I'm not a fan of them.
I say crypto forums because this is pretty much the majority of the forums I'm on. I don't know if there's any forums out there that that people are fans of them. Does a big F have a fat F have a forum?
A forum?
Yeah.
Do they have? Yeah, maybe. Like a forum, like
people just going out.
But like a Reddit forum style, or like what's it? I'm looking for another one. What's the like a 4chan forum, or
this is the same thing, more or less the same.
No, 4chan wild though.
4chan is wild. Nah, but
or was the other one 12chan, 8chan? There was another wilder one.
I don't know. You're going deep into the woods.
I've never Googled any of them, but I've heard them all.
I've heard of them. They sound familiar.
I'm like, oh, okay. But most people don't like the implementation.
CBDCs.
Correcto.
CBDCs.
It's giving more power to the banking system.
Well, yeah.
More than they already have.
It's just the same. It's just another centralized currency.
No, it's worse than that.
It's worse.
It's worse than that.
It's worse than a centralized currency.
As of right now, or at least for the US, the way it works is they have to at least like put the printers to print. Or like at least make the number bigger. With this, it's just literally click a button. It's like, oh, supply increase. So click a button, supply decrease. And just woof, woof. It also gives them, if now we're like topic of censorship, how banks are now just like closing bank accounts left and right for whoever they don't agree with, how they did over there in Canada with the truckers.
I'm glad you brought that up.
That would just make it even easier. Like essentially, they would be able to move your funds out.
Yeah, they'd just be like, "Oh, you're doing something.
You're doing something I don't like."
It's
not even close the account. I'm taking it away. Of course, if you kill somebody or wild stuff, or get the money by illegal means and the money's not legal, then maybe we could have some. I get it. But if it's none of those cases, then there's no reason anyone should be losing getting their accounts closed like that.
Yeah, no, that'd be wild.
That is wild. No, it's not. It is wild. It happens. These things have happened.
Yeah, that's not having. Okay, I've said this. I've said this before. Taking away money from someone or access to their funds is a threat.
It's a threat.
Like
he says it often.
That is a threat to my livelihood, to like your life. That's a physical threat. Even if it's not physical, it is like
I get what you're trying to say.
I see that.
It's like robbery.
That's straight up robbery. Yeah. You're willing to kill me for this. You're putting me in a position in which I might die.
Yeah. But that is the time. That's wild.
Yeah, no, that's.
So ideally with DeFi, it takes that fear away as well.
Yes. So that's
ideally that's what it completely negates.
Yeah, that's part of the whole use case that problem that DeFi is supposed to solve. It is, since there's no one single person or entity or group that has control over how things work for something that should be yours, there's more safety in that for you as an individual, because it's not one person. It's like the whole system has to agree for a certain thing to change.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's important. It's important stuff.
Also, a big thing that would change is CBDCs, depending how they're stable coins, and then a CBDC, depending how a stable coin is classified, would be considered security since it's pegged to the dollar. And those entities that own those stable coins have to have the dollar, that have to have that they'll have to hold the peg by owning either dollar denominated debt or having the actual fiat currency itself to back it, which also causes its own problem. So a CBDC essentially negates them, and then regulatory bodies would classify them as security too. That's like another thing that could be seen.
It would classify like
stable coins are in a current spot where they can be considered securities. Because
it's like there's a central agency that holds dollars.
To provide this peg.
But that's that doesn't count for all of them, I think, because there are some
the big ones.
Yeah.
Again, I'm speaking for the big currencies. It's a majority.
Because there are some currencies that try to peg their dollar, they peg their coin to the dollar as a stable coin, but using algorithms, not using.
None of those are.
Not using actual US dollars. It's funds. It's like a mixture of different investments made by would essentially be a DAO. This DAO would decide on what to invest in, and then the algorithm would decide how to regulate their currency distribute liquidity.
So I think a better way for that, I heard this somewhere else. This is not my idea. I heard this on the Coin Bureau, so it's not my idea whatsoever. But he said to have an algorithmically a currency that's able to change supply and demand by the demand.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. There's coins that do that.
There's no coins that do that yet.
No,
not that adjust by the supply and demand itself of the people.
I don't think I could have sworn one of the stable coins specifically does it.
Not to perfection then.
Yeah, no.
There's something there because he didn't. Because if not, he would have named a coin. I think
they definitely need to get better at it. But
take it with a grain of salt. I'm saying there isn't. I'm saying there is. We're gonna find out either this episode, next episode, maybe someday.
Yeah, there's.
Also, tell us if there is or isn't.
Yeah. Just let us know.
We keep on saying let us know, but nothing is let us know. So
just let us know.
Okay. Fair enough. I also think CBDC solves any problems. It
doesn't solve any problem. It doesn't
make the problem worse, in my opinion.
It just tries to keep the people who don't want to lose the situation into what? What's the hot take?
The hot take is this is how you combine the financial system currently with the digital BTC backed dollar. A Bitcoin backed dollar, baby.
A dollar backed by Bitcoin? I'm saying the same thing you said.
Yeah, we backed you.
I'm rephrasing it just to make sure we're on the same page.
What? Now you threw me off again.
A dollar backed Bitcoin.
Yes.
A dollar that really the thing that provides the value for this dollar is a Bitcoin.
Yes.
That's being stored somewhere.
Yeah. I said a Bitcoin that is backed in the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin that backs dollar. Yeah. Yes, your way sounds nicer in my way for sure.
Oh no, I just.
But no, that's the move. Digital gold, baby.
The CBDC.
What?
The CBDC, centrally backed digital currency, is the attempt to not let that happen.
Yeah, but that's why I don't want it.
Yeah,
I want the Bitcoin one.
You want the actual good solution.
I want the best. I'm gonna say currently the best solution
that's available out there.
Honestly, in my opinion, I don't see why we can't just test it out, and then if we don't like it, just get rid of it.
Yeah, start printing out
what?
A new coin, a new dollar.
Why you gotta print?
Well, you print it out as the government starts collecting more Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you gotta print.
Man, what do you? But
it has to be a non-definitive. It has to be a coin, a dollar that's not represented by number. It has to be a letter number. It has to be a letter dollar.
Why you gotta do stuff like that?
Because there's no way you can't put 1,000 on it or 50 on it.
Fair.
Because there's already a $50 bill, and 1,000 would confuse it. Because this is worth $1,000. No.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It has to be like a letter.
I get you. I have a question now. We're on this tangent, so let's keep on going in. If we already have it, right? It's backed by the dollar. If the U.S. starts buying up that much Bitcoin, the U.S. could buy more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor does on a sneezing.
Yes, but the U.S. government starts buying Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin will start going up. Skyrocket.
Yeah, let's use our words better.
It would skyrocket. I would literally go to the moon.
Let's say
I would literally go to the moon.
One more time. No financial advice at this point in time. It's us saying what we think would be fun. Would be interesting to see.
No, I'd think that'd be very interesting to see.
Yes, keep the word smart. Interesting to see. Okay, you're right. And then the demand.
It's just because, like, bro,
Energy would go up, though. Cost of energy. More miners will be needed if we start buying Bitcoin. If the U.S. bought more Bitcoin, though, right? If the U.S. started buying Bitcoin.
So if there starts to be more transactions, it'd be more expensive to start doing transactions on the Bitcoin network, because it's like the volume of transactions has increased.
So I have a question. Do you think the Web3 / crypto community would appreciate the U.S. buying up that much Bitcoin to peg it? Yes.
Yes. No. Yes.
100%. Okay.
William. Okay. When I was at the Bitcoin conference in 2021, and they announced that El Salvador was gonna start I was in the room when that happened.
Whilst it went crazy.
It was like wild. Everyone was like, everyone gasped. Like their soul left their body. Like,
right?
I was like.
So look, it came from a place of whenever America does something.
This is El Salvador.
Yeah, but
a very poor country.
They might like that the poor country's winning. They might not like that the big country keeps on getting bigger.
Facts.
I think we might have some haters, though. That's
You're right. I see that.
They might see the dub as a lot. It'll be like, of course they would. It would be them. They got the most bread.
But the haters are the people who aren't already in.
That's true.
That's what it'll be.
Yo, we just made an enemy of a bunch of people for no reason. Nah, we just burn bridges like that. Causing fights.
No, I don't think so.
Not yet, anyways.
Oh god, these people.
I think that's a good clippable part that we just passed by.
Good clippable.
I think so.
Clip it.
Yeah, the hot take just
clip it. Put it on the Insta.
That'll be funny.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's actually, now that you mention it,
I wrote that down.
Okay.
To start clipping.
Yeah.
It's just a little odd because we only have audio right now and no video.
Clip the video that we got on YouTube.
Just the
little sound wave.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I didn't think of that. I forgot we had that for a second.
Yeah. We got tools out here, dog.
That's a good idea.
We got tools.
We went on a very far off tangent.
Nah. We're just talking about DeFi and how Bitcoin.
How America should start doing that.
Should get into it.
I'm glad I said it.
It's not financial advice, America.
No, it is financial advice
for them.
For the U.S. government, it might be advice for you guys. It might be. I don't think you guys can attack me like that if I'm honest. It's not financial advice for anyone else.
Can't the government sue a corporation?
I'm not a corporation. First of all. Nah.
If the government buys Bitcoin and the deal goes south, can they sue?
Why would the deal go south?
That's what I'm saying.
Why would the deal go south?
It wouldn't.
If anything, El Salvador will be thanking us.
They'll be like, bro, El Salvador, come over here real quick.
They'll be like, we up. And I'll be like, we up. Joke time, Celsius might get out of the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
If it went up like that.
Oh. Bro, you had me over here like, yeah. Like, that's news. Alright, so we talked about some DeFi protocols, some uses.
We didn't talk about it.
Not protocols, some uses, some use cases. How it differs from
maybe a future
from Bitcoin, from banks. Maybe a feature. What did you say?
I said the future.
Oh, maybe the future. Yeah. The problems I see with DeFi right now is that whole you need coin to use it.
Yeah.
And it's very complicated. Like
what?
Like technically, have you had a chance to fuck around with DeFi?
I provide liquidity.
That's true. You did say that.
I provide liquidity, dog.
Providing liquidity. So how'd that go?
I don't know. For Aave, essentially, it's pretty straightforward. At least for supplying liquidity to the market, essentially. You connect your wallet. Once it's connected, if you have, depending on what you have, it'll pop up what you can supply.
Where do I connect my wallet?
To Aave. I'm looking for the word. I lost it. The web app. But there's a word for it.
Decentralized application?
Adapt.
I was
looking for
We talked about this last week, William.
I know, but
talked about this last week.
I no, we didn't. Did we talk about DApp?
We did. We
I don't think we talked about the DApp.
Regardless.
The DApp. You connect it. You connect the DApp to the wallet
on Aave
on Aave.
A wallet, any wallet that's
any wallet is supporting. You can use Coinbase wallet, MetaMask, any
whatever
Ethereum
whatever
wallet.
one, whichever option they give you.
Yeah, whichever one you like. If you don't know of any, Google YouTube videos on that. There's a lot of those, like top 10 minutes of wallets.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wallets.
There's
literally a metric.
The one that tickles you the most, pick it. Supply liquidity. Click literally a button. Supply.
You gotta have the funds inside.
Yeah.
Do you need a minimum amount of funds?
No.
No minimum amount of funds.
Enough to cover gas fees, right?
Enough to cover gas fees because it's Ethereum based.
It is Ethereum. That's the only real sucky part about it, since it is Ethereum based. Depending how the depending how the network is that day.
The congestion.
That really depends on the gas fees. As of right now, the highest gas fees I've seen are like $30 to swap back. So you do with that as you wish. Other than that, it was pretty simple. And no hiccups yet. The rates do change depending on demand, of course, and everything else. And you're also able to swap while it's there. Some coins give you the option to collateralize the coin while it is being to collateralize. I haven't used it yet. I'll probably use it soon because I see ETH is collaterable. You can collateralize ETH maybe at the same time as you're providing liquidity to a degree.
To collateralize it as you're providing liquidity?
Maybe. I haven't, like I just said, I haven't played with that. I'll click the supply and if you want, and we'll find out.
This guy's armed and ready. He's got the screen open.
I'm looking at it right now. I haven't done it just because.
He's like, we're in the middle of a conversation. I don't know if I'm ready to start making business on this.
A business decision is like that. But yeah. What I do see, since you brought up Celsius, how Celsius was doing the same thing, but more of in a centralized manner, why they're currently in bankrupt, is that Celsius, the rates Celsius are providing, in my opinion, like I said, were way too low. Also, it was 0% interest rate at that point in time, so I guess it makes sense why it was that low. I don't know what it will be now with the current rate hikes we've had. By the way, there's another rate hike coming on Tuesday. So by the time this episode comes out, it would have happened. Markets should have done something.
Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow.
Wednesday?
Maybe.
Yeah, because you told me it was coming.
It was coming out today. I didn't see anything. I saw they were talking about it on Twitter and stuff, but nothing.
Yeah. I think you told me. I remember you bringing it up, but I don't remember the specific date. The episode.
So yeah, I hear have like the meeting was set up for today. Maybe it was set up for today. Maybe.
Yeah, so rate hikes will be going up soon, and they'll be going up until like next year, like March, I think, is what I heard. March? Yeah, about March, and I plan on bringing it up every so often. Do you know what they're trying to reach?
Yeah, end of the year they're trying to get original number I saw was like 4.4 to a 4.5. They were saying it was another 1.5%, 1.25 depending. Some people are saying it might be a 1% this time around. Depending, we don't know.
Another 1% in December?
No, it'll be less than that, most likely. I don't think it will be 1%. I think they'll keep it the same.
It looks like people overall are just chilling, like in terms of expenses. They're not trying to. People are not like balling out as they were. Like,
yeah, they are.
No, people are still balling. Don't get me wrong. People always balling, but there's no like I don't see a lot of people doing crazy purchases in businesses. Like there's some movement, but nothing ridiculous. So if you want to learn a lot about DeFi,
The U.S. national debt grew to a record 31.12. Oh, that's our total GDP. Never mind. Not what I wanted.
Yeah. So a good like r/DeFi on Reddit has a very big community. 105,000 members. They have plenty of questions answered on there. A lot of useful tools. A lot of like daily interactions and news. I just recently thought about checking it out actually, and I was like, oh wow, I wish I went on this earlier because there's a lot to go over, and I was like, this would have been really good to like really check out. I found like a glossary called just the ABCs of DeFi, just pretty much going over what we did last week of
different
vocab terms.
Yeah, words that are used.
But then also I saw up to like things like, oh, how do you file taxes when you start earning money on DeFi, or like when like the majority of your income comes from these protocols. That's
difficult. Well, for the most part, if an OKCoin sends you I think it was a something form when you sell on there too. Yeah, all these central locations where you're gonna withdraw funds from get reported.
Yeah,
and they typically send out a form of what it is.
Yeah, for centralized exchanges like OKCoin, Coinbase.
Yeah, when you cash
but
out.
Coinbase doesn't do Coinbase doesn't let you do like interact with the liquidity pools or like the protocols directly.
No, but I'm saying when you cash out, that's one way you're
cashing out.
That's anyone who wants to buy things in the world to a degree has to put their funds in a place where there are KYCs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any other way.
As of right now, no, there isn't. Not that I know of.
And I don't think it's gonna be very difficult to get there because you're gonna need to get a digitalized debit card from a decentralized like market where that could be done, which is not there yet.
That sounds pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it earlier. I'm like how Crypto.com does it and Coinbase is doing that. You're able to get debit card with them. It's centralized. You can't have a digital thing create a physical product. So it needs to be a digital wallet created that you can scan on. Oh, he just whipped out, his Coinbase wallet. His Coinbase debit card.
Debit card. I was like, oh, this guy's talking about Coinbase debit card. I was like, I got one of those. There's Visa on it.
Yeah, because they're partnering up with Visa. That's another big news. Visa's doing more.
Visa's partnering up with more cryptocurrencies companies
to work for payment systems.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Smart for them. Like,
they're because they know that's the only way to scale.
Yeah, it really will be the only way to scale. This is a very interesting market. Like the whole like development of the cryptocurrency stuff.
And it only gets bigger.
It's bigger.
And it only continue to grow.
It's bigger than what we know it to be, and it will continue to grow.
We're calling a bear market, and it's currently acting like every other crypto's acting like every other market. At some point,
no,
it's not. It's gonna stop, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna act differently soon. I can't say soon, but like it will act different.
Yeah, soon. I wouldn't use that word. Maybe another 10 years. It would have a drastic change in the way it moves, in my opinion.
Early on, it moved. It had no correlation to markets.
Yeah, but right now,
there is more correlation.
Because we went from speculation to dollar trade value to understanding
to like utility.
Not even utility. Understanding that it's just information. Understanding it's just technology working at the highest level. One of the highest levels.
It really is the next wave for the internet. Literally, that's the best way I see it. It's not like a financial tool. It's not necessarily a something that you're just gonna be like an asset that you hold and buy and like keep. It is a technology that is meant to augment the way that you interact with your environment.
Yeah. Something should make things easier, giving those who currently can't get on a regular bank inability to get on a decentralized financial system.
Yeah, I mean, imagine not having access to a bank account and not being able to hold money in a safe and secure way.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. That's actually a lot of people. Like, I know people who are in that situation.
A number I heard was like that's 7% of Americans. Of course, other parts in the world it's higher.
Yeah,
but that's
in America that's
currently like 7% of Americans that don't have any like
access to banks. Like it's not like it's a out of choice thing. Yeah, it's just not. It's not available.
But the problem I see with those people is how are they going to get on though? How are they going to buy into the market?
So it wouldn't be buying into the market. At least once it's become more regular, and people become more comfortable with it, it's just open up a wallet, start working and earning money, getting paid through there.
Yeah, but that's when people start getting paid in a currency.
That's literally
yeah, but as of now, the answer to when people say if it gives the ability to those who have rewards, but it doesn't because you can't buy into it. If you don't have a way to make dollars, you cannot put your dollars into it. I don't know of any way as of right now.
Yeah, no. I mean, there has to be, I'm sure there is.
Assuming there is a way to do it, there is no easy way to do it.
There's no easy way. That's what we said earlier. Yeah. There's no easy way to doing it. DeFi is a big thing. There's a lot of like you said earlier, decentralized apps that do this. There's a handful of them. The most popular ones: PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Aave, Compound.
Yeah.
There's literally tools on that Reddit page that talks about like a handful of them. I told you about the one that's on it's Clarity Language, Stacks Protocol, Alex.
Oh yeah, that's starting up.
There's like literally just so many of them. Apparently like there was a summer, 2021, the summer of 2021. They called it DeFi summer. That's where like DeFi was like starting to pop off. Like people were making good money off of that.
Yeah, I mean at that point in time, like yields were stupid numbers.
Yeah, like I remember seeing interest rates like for staking and stuff like that.
Yields,
yeah.
Not interest rates.
Yields. You're right, correct.
Yeah, interest rates are when you charge it.
Yeah, yields, correct, facts. Yields of like
it could be interest rates
200+%. You're earning interest.
You talking about Miami coin?
No, not Miami coin.
Not Miami coin.
Miami
coin was 420 by the way.
Some arbitrary coins that I don't even remember them.
I saw others that were 28 more.
Bro,
not
that's
wild.
Good. Like if I'm reading this, this is a website I found on that r/DeFi Reddit forum. Nanoli.com/ just Nanoli.com. The top stablecoins today so the website opens up. It says today's best vaults on the DeFi. Top stablecoins: USDC, USDT, BUSD, Frax, Stella Swap, Moonbeam. It says 26.74%. That's killer. 26.74% on yields is an insane.
Right now?
Yeah. DAI belts.
No, on where?
That's what I don't really understand. So I click on it. It looks like the protocol says Stella Swap and the chain is Moonbeam, with a TVL total value at $3 million. APY of 26.67%. Reward APY 26.67%. Reward in, I don't even know what this WGLMR.
Yeah, you see, that's why it's giving such a high rate.
And Stella. Yeah.
Okay. It's Stella.
But this other one, DAI. DAI is a stable coin. A very popular stable coin.
How much is it offer?
This is funny. It's the Belt protocol using the Heco chain. Total value of $30,000 in this liquidity. I'm looking at it a little bit more. And the reward is 24.81%.
What do you earn?
That's
You're
20.
earning die?
Yeah, no, you're earning belt is what you're earning.
How much does belt have?
Oh, that's a good question.
I can do that one.
That's like the third one, and then the other one is uh uh MAI/USDT using the Beefy protocol on Polygon chain, $58, TVL at 25.57%.
And you're earning?
This one doesn't say actually.
And you said belt.
Belt, yeah.
Where is this? Oh, BELT? Belt?
BELT. It's already only $30,000 in TVL.
Okay. It's worth more than I thought it was. 3 cents.
3 cents? Yeah. So I don't like
I was talking shit. 34 cents.
34 cents. Right, so that's like already much bigger.
Yeah, that's 10x to 3 cents.
10x. Yeah.
My bad. I looked at it and I'm like, I said it before I even processed. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm
For a
being
market
honest,
cap of 1.5 mil.
of 1.5 million belt.
Mhm.
Okay, so but these are the top 3. But the majority of them are not nearly that high. The majority of the base APYs, according to Nanoli, are closer to like 1%.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot how things have taken a hit.
Yeah. All right.
So for basically a year ago at this point, it was at 650.
No, a beef.
Belt.
Belt.
It was at $6.50.
Yeah. Markets took a crash, man.
Markets and what's missing.
Yeah, there's probably still a good amount missing. I said the majority, but really that's just more like average because it looks like the majority are actually really low, like in the I want to say like 0.2%, 0.97%, 0.11. But there's some like really high ones also at like 7%, 4%, 5,
Yeah, tomorrow they should be announcing it.
5.5. Tomorrow they were announcing the rate hike.
I'm looking to see the date of this article to make sure. But yes, they're announcing it tomorrow. Which as of now should be 0.75.
0.75.
So watch those markets tomorrow. Things will be moving.
No, this will be posted by then. This will be Thursday.
Yeah, watch the markets
Oh,
on Thursday then. It
I'm-
would have moved by Wednesday. So
Friday.
you're right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Be like, check out what happened.
See the aftermath.
See the aftermath. All right, we're rolling up on like 58 minutes.
This guy doesn't miss. He saw an hour and he's like, time to go.
No, I just don't know what else what you want to talk about. It's like it looks like we're talking about the US stock market for a second.
When did I talk about the stock market?
Okay.
Who brought the stock market?
I believe you did.
When?
You said watch those markets tomorrow.
Is crypto not a market? Are we not talking about crypto?
Facts.
I think you implied.
Facts. I assumed you're referring to the stock market because you're talking about the rate hike.
Yeah, because it affects crypto.
It does. At this point, it does affect crypto.
It's going to affect everything because money gets more expensive. Can't borrow as much. People are not going to take out loans anymore. I mean, you got to use their money. They're not going to use their money.
They're not going to use their money
on such a volatile market when business is down. This guy. So what's next week's episode?
Next week's episode?
You want to let them know or no?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to be talking about a DAO, a specific DAO.
So everyone should know what a DAO is. Google it.
Oh, what a DAO is. Yeah. We have an episode on DAOs. Do we have an episode on DAOs?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, we don't have an episode on DAOs.
We'll talk about DAOs next.
We'll be talking about DAOs. Keep in touch with our social media accounts. We'll be posting stuff on DAOs.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
No, man. I think we got another hour in us. I think we got another hour worth of content.
I mean, I could always put out another hour worth of content, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. I can go.
This guy just said his life's a movie.
I can move. Let's get it.
Yeah, I think stay in touch, stay tuned for news.
I thought you had another hour in you.
Oh no, I'm asking you if you think we could go for another hour. I don't think I got another hour.
Oh, then why are you asking?
I'm just asking your opinion.
No, don't ask me opinions. You tell me what you want. I just execute.
No, I see. You guys, go get it, do it.
Yeah, that's what you do. Just do it.
All right. We'd love some input. If you think an hour long content is good, if you think
Or
if
you
it's
want
too
longer.
short,
And do you want us to talk more? Do you want us to talk more than just crypto sometimes?
yeah, because for sometimes crypto, we talk a lot about crypto, but that's kind of like
I mean, not next pod. The pod after, I don't think we're gonna touch anything about crypto, like Zip.
Zelch. Yeah, that might be facts.
Every pod.
just to spice things up a little bit.
No, I don't think it's because of that.
No.
I just think we don't have a choice.
There'll be zero choices.
I mean, we just got back from this long weekend.
Yeah.
It was party Friday.
Halloween.
I didn't party on Halloween. I went out to eat, but I didn't party.
Yeah.
Halloween was my rest day.
Halloween.
I took Halloween off. I partied
Halloween was
Friday
a
to
simple
Sunday
day.
instead.
Stayed home, watched a movie.
I didn't even do none of that.
No, you didn't stay home and watch a movie?
No, I went. Actually no. Got home, went to the gym, got dressed, was there for like 30 minutes. Went out with Julio. Got home after Julio. It was 11:30. It was 11 o'clock.
It was time to go to
It
bed.
was time to go to bed. What do you mean?
Time to go to bed. Yeah, 11 rolls around and you're like, damn, it's kind of late.
It's kind of late. Time to rest.
Yeah, no. Halloween, it's never fun when Halloween lands on a Monday.
It's always weird,
It's always kind of like, damn, like, you got a party on the weekend and
right?
yeah, trick-or-treaters coming tomorrow.
But it's been a fun episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes crypto.
We hope you guys...
Oh, wait, before we do the outro. Wait.
You can find us on...
Wait, yes. We gotta do that. We have to remember to do those things always. You can find us on Instagram at Sometimes Crypto. The page only follows myself and Alex. Also, leave a rating, leave a like. Check out the YouTube. There's no video yet. Video will come soon. Anything you need to share? Anything I missed out?
No, I think you covered it. Give us a rating. You said that.
I said that.
Give us a like.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
That one's for you.
Oh, we're on YouTube now.
I said that too.
Yeah. No, I think you got it. You did a good job with it.
Okay, it's been another Get Sometimes Crypto.
This Unscripted Crypto Podcast.
There we go.
Heyo.
Your brain just stops working at some time.